time for lunch. What should I have? Sandwich. Gotta grab bread. Okay, well, I guess I'm baking some bread. I used it all to make packed mud. Yeah, this just isn't gonna cut it for a wheat field anymore. It's very cute and I'm glad it's here, but for practical uses, we're gonna need some bigger ones. Also, can I clutch on the horse? Hold on. Ah! Hell yeah, pro Minecrafter. We're gonna make this horse a house over here. I think I'm gonna name you Honey, after the horse from the first survival series. But before we build that, I'm gonna show you guys where we're gonna build today's main build, which is over here on this side of Corium, and it's gonna be the start of like a residential farming area. So we're gonna have wheat fields and houses that are gonna have farms under them for like moss and cactus. Lots of farms for plants over here because I plan to use a lot of them in builds. Honey deserves a nice place to live since she's going to be bringing us around all of Corium. Farther than that though, that's the problem with living on an island, is that you can't really drag a horse through deep water unless I were to build a bridge. Let's put Honey over here and let's quickly build up this horse stable. I want to see if I can get everything I need out of our storage system down here. It's not a very big build since it's just housing one horse. 15 black terracotta, 9 brown. Do I have any sand? I have so much sand at the tide pool. Eventually this island will be gone and I can just boat over there. Just straight from the shores of Corium all the way over to the tide pools. Oh, that was a farther drop than I thought. There's Zeta. Hello. I haven't leaded any of them, so I think they're fine to just float around. Zeta, Medusa, Hubert, where are you? Yeah, there you are. I like that they float over the river here too. It's very cute. Hi guys. It's just so cool to look up and just see a bunch of gas just chilling. But here's my disgusting storage. Oh, I guess I can bring over all of these. And by all, I mean, do I not? I left my crafting table at home. Everything's fine. There you go. All cleaned up. Oh, I just left my beacon over here. Also, which there's some outside on the ground. Well, I guess it is the ground. Look touch. No. Sure. This isn't upsetting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bonk. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bonk. We just need some oak, some dark oak, and then for our trapdoors to oxidize. And as you can see, I've avoided chopping down all of the big oak trees. And that theme will continue. While these are oxidizing, I'm gonna get started on the build. I so wish you could put them, like any stage of copper block, you can put them into a stone cutter and you could just cut them into trapdoors. That makes so much more sense. First, we're gonna clear out the floor plan of this. I tested it in creative and she shouldn't be able to escape through the window. Okay, pause for sleeping. There we go. And then this should be good. Nice. And now for the actual building. Yippee. That's so nice when an entire build can fit in your inventory. That happens so rarely. I tried to match it into the style of my house beside it because the buildings are so close. And a lot of Corium, the roofs are going to be mangrove. And then this is all shading, so it's darker. And then we can start with the roof. I'm so glad I didn't have to chop any mangrove wood down for this, because I definitely will for the village build today. I usually, like, as you can see, I build roofs out of full block, but for little builds like this, it makes sense to have mostly slabs, because a full block roof on this would look very silly. So it's not a flat roof on the top. On the inside, ooh, we got a lantern, so Honey doesn't get scared in the dark, some food, a cauldron for water, and I don't have a water bucket. Here it is. I think it's pretty cute. It's very simple, small, do you agree? Very simple, small build. Even without this, I kind of like this design where there's like a door and like, maybe I'll reuse this design for like a place someone can park a wagon. I like it. Oh, water. And water. Nice. Honey, I gotta get you a name tag. I don't know if I have any name tags or if I'm gonna have to buy one from him. Yeah, we're gonna have to buy some. They're definitely more than 14. Sir, are you awake? Yes, hello. 6 entire emeralds. Gee golly, thanks, mister. I'm gonna take a nap in this open field as celebration. Okay, I don't think 20 is enough to buy a name tag, but we can check. Surely I moved these villagers into the houses we're about to make today. But then again, who would want to leave this wonderful home he has? Hello. It's exactly 20! Yay! Now I'm poor. Okay, honey, you're about to have an official name. Honey. There we go. And she's gonna get armor. It's a big day for her. Unfortunately, your home has no wall, honey, but at least you have a name. And some armor. Look how cool you look. Look at you! Have these oxidized at all? Why? Why? I've decided I'm done waiting. 4 of them oxidize. The other ones, they can just oxidize in the build. Do that for those, and the other ones, if they go too far, I can just scrape them down. Bomb. And these need to be... I don't think she'll be able to get out if it's like this. So that's... yeah, she won't be able to fit through there. Okay, honey, your home is ready. Bam. And just close one because she can't fit through the one door. There we go. Her home. Are you okay? Staring at it? You like it? You like it? I think she likes it. Oh, okay. Well, while we start material collecting, I need to correct an error. In my first episode, I went material collecting and I ended up like over here to find mangrove swamp, and I tamed a cat at this village, and on this dock right here, I left him. And he's been there since episode 1. Thank you to the commenter that reminded me. So we're gonna go rescue this little cat. We're gonna bring some boats with some chests, and we're gonna bring a boat for me. There's the acacia, and I should probably pull over to sleep. Maybe while I'm here, I can pick up some... Ah! I always forget about these guys. I don't know why. Did I really do that? What's wrong with me? Hello? I have dogs. I can make dog armor. I guess I can take one of you guys back. What is wrong with me? Why did I do this? Like, I'm not about to do it again. I'll cut down those trees. It's fine. Okay, what I was gonna say is that we can get the worm chicken eggs and have some new little friends. Ah, there. Do you have egg? Egg. Oh my god, so many eggs. I'm sorry. I don't want to scare you. Is that... Oh my god. Oh my god. It's so little. Hello? Oh my goodness. That is the cutest thing in the world. Thank you for the scoot. I love the new animal textures. I wish they did it for the sheep too. There you are! I didn't forget about you. I'm here. Okay, now here's the thing. We're not going home right away. I'm stuck on the boat. Here's the thing. We're not going home right away. I'm sure you've been eating a lot of fish here and the villagers have been taking great care of you. I've decided that there's coarse dirt I need to pick up out here. So I'm gonna leave you here again, but I'm gonna come back this time. I swear. I think he's fine. I got some stacks of coarse dirt, and I forgot I need like a lot of mangrove wood for today's build. And I guess I can just get it while I'm out here so I don't have to grow the trees myself. And I'm gonna have to get some string for another lead because I only brought the one. Yellow. Grab, run! Retreat! Not a house that has a bed. If that has a bed, hi! Did he go through the wall? I'm sorry! I'm sorry. He phased through the wall! I kicked him out of bed so hard. You're gonna be in charge of watching coarse dirt and these eggs. I need to get 9 stacks of mangrove logs, so this is just our little home base for a while. So I'll be back again. Don't worry. Maybe I'll pop through the portal back home and make another axe. Yippee! Now I must chop down so many mangrove trees. Why do I do this to myself? Hello. At least I have good company. Ah! Oh, he jumped over my head. Okay, let's get to it. We got all our mangrove wood, and we're back with the cat. Here's the game plan. We are gonna walk all the way over here, and we're gonna collect leaves on this beach so I can just have them in the chest, and then I can just boat them all the way to my house and just put them in storage. We can get more chicken eggs and pick up a armadillo friend. Okay, cat, sit here. Put all our stuff in the chest so we have a clean inventory. We are back home. We got the armadillos and the cat here just chilling outside. I've started storing all our materials over here so we don't have to cart them all over. To aid in material collecting today, we're gonna first, before we build the actual build, we're gonna make the moss farm and the cactus farm, which are the two auto farms we're building today, which means more digging the holes because apparently I didn't dig enough last episode with the river. So I finished digging the hole, and the moss farm's gonna go here, and the cactus farm is gonna go in this hole. But first I have to collect all the redstone. I'll have to use a dye for the glass because the texture pack I have with the glass makes it like super transparent. I won't be able to see it like at all. And I think the flower I have the most of is just poppies because of my iron farm, which I should probably check on. Oh, nice. That is a lot more than I thought we would have. I've gathered all the material I need to hopefully decorate this room and also for the actual moss farm. Originally, my decor for this room was horrid. I don't know why. Even when I was building, I'm like, this doesn't look good and I can't keep it like that. So we're gonna go for something else. We're gonna have the same kind of deep slate floor that I have in my house over there. So it's just mostly just regular deep slate and then some cobbled and bricks. I have a history of making moss farms that don't work at all because I'm apparently incapable of following a simple redstone tutorial, but I've made this one before and it works very well. So thank you, Basic Redstone, for your wonderful moss farm tutorial. Okay, will this work? Quickly, quickly. Okay. Seems to be working. Bone meal into here. If I turn it on again. Nice. Let me just test. It should work. I don't see why it wouldn't. I do that. Yeah, seems to be working just fine. The cactus farm is really nothing special, but jumping from block to block did remind me of Parkour Civilization, so that was fun. I didn't want to make another whole build in Creative and import it with a Lamatica file to build along with, so I just went to my creative testing world and designed a little room that I wanted the whole basement to kind of look like. So here is the moss farm. It's still bright because the trapdoors let all the natural light in. So not full blocks, but when we put a house on top of this, I'll have to come down and see if there's enough lighting. But right now we got the pale moss in, and the other moss block, if the pale moss is in here, the other moss block is just gonna be stored up here, and then vice versa. Then we got chests for carpets, and then for the different azalea bushes, and then just a quick little, what is this, pale hanging moss farm? Yes, and it can just go in there. And then behind this wall, you can hear all the water. If I remember how to use a ladder. We got the cactus farm. And then we got a little bone meal maker. Yeah, no fancy storage. Ooh, I guess I can put a place for wheat seeds if I want to keep them down here. But I think once we get the fields in place, we'll have enough. It looks very silly from the outside, but it's going to be covered and you won't be able to see it from the outside, so it's fine. To start off material collecting today, we have a lot of wood to get from the forest beside our house and just growing trees on the front lawn. All 4 of the houses we're building today are primarily made out of wood. I've mentioned this before, but I really dislike chopping mangrove trees by hand. I love how those trees look, and I'm happy we have such a unique default tree in game, but they're so annoying to cut down. So next episode, I'm definitely building up auto mangrove tree farm, since I see much mangrove wood used in my future. I had a lot of smaller items today that were like already in my storage, or they were really easy to craft, like a bunch of candles that I can just get the beeswax from the farm at spawn. But I was like out of regular terracotta, and I needed to dye it a bunch of different colors, so we popped over to the mesa for a bit. This way to mine concrete looks very fun and cool, but it was not efficient at all, as a lot of the powder just broke back into items. Down into the mines for more cobble, as I am always out for some reason, and mining out of iron vein for its tough. And to finish this off, finally becoming my true form of a lawnmower, for 15 stacks of seeds that I need, and getting some extra grass blocks from the island in front of Corium. So the problem of having no wheat has come back to haunt me again, because I can't make the amount of packed mud I need because I have no wheat. So we're gonna make the wheat fields first, and then we'll get started on the rest of the build. We got the first 2 fields done. There's going to be a 3rd one over here, but it's just tiny, so I'm going to leave it for after. Oh, what I do need to do is go under and fill in that, because that is just unacceptable, really. Here we go. I think I'm going to wait till all of this is grown so I can do a harvest and finally finish up the pack mud, because it's okay. Because it's a lot of the path is made out of packed mud, and I don't want to keep falling into holes like that. The crops are getting watered from the rain, and I'm just gonna wait till they grow. Packed mud. Beep-beep! First of all, thank you all for the love on the tide pools video, and thank you for 2,000 subscribers. That's nuts. I'm glad so many people enjoyed the video, and reading all the comments was very lovely, so thank you. Getting into this build, you've heard me mention that the island I live on is called Corium, and I got that name from the Latin word for leather, and not the material that is created in a nuclear reactor core during a meltdown. Corium is primarily a fishing farming town, but due to the nature of Minecraft and needing like multiple categories of material and blocks close by for building and crafting, you know, it also has a logging and mining sector. So it's kind of accidentally really self-efficient. The area we're working on today is the newer residential area, closer to future builds, which would include a logging building, wheat mill, and some school buildings. Today we have 4 houses in total, 2 on top of the moss and cactus farm, and the additional 2 on the other side of a smaller 3rd wheat field. I wanted these builds to look similar, which is done with color palette and general size and shape, but not identical to each other, so they all have variations. They should look like they were built around the same time and by the same group of people, but not perfectly cookie cutter. It helps that they're on different angles as well, which was interesting to figure out how to do interiors like that. A really big part of this build was the terrain around it, which I love doing. The custom cliff in the background and the texturing in the grass with the moss, green terracotta, and concrete really helped to add depth and artificial shadows. I use sea pickles on the non-ground blocks to add the height you would get from placing like grass on grass blocks and moss. The whole build is more integrated into the world around it, unlike with the head frame that has no custom work done around it yet, so it looks a bit strange. While I was running back and forth from my house to this build site, I kept passing my skeleton horses I have in that little hole there, and trying to think of where to put them. I considered putting them in a custom water biome, because eventually I want to redo the floors of the rivers and lakes around Corium with mud blocks and some rocks and water plants, and the skeleton horses can live underwater. Then I remembered, oh yeah, there's a mythological creature called the Kelpie, which is a horse that does live in and around water. That got me thinking of the zombie horse, which is in the game, but not in survival. Editing Fern here, don't listen to past me. The zombie horse is coming to survival Minecraft in the newly announced Amounts of Mayhem drop, revealed at Minecraft Live. You don't need to thank me. I would like to add more creatures to my world that aren't actually in the game through lore and stuff, so I think the Kelpie is a good start. My version of it is a horse-like creature that lives in and around bodies of water. They are able to swim through water at very quick speeds, as well as running on top of it. The visual difference from a normal horse would be odd colors of its coat, or if it has like a normal horse coat like black, you would be able to tell from its eyes. That and the giant fish-like tail. The behavior of the Kelpie on the first encounter is friendly and calm, allowing a person to, or people to approach it and even feed or pet it. That would also help give it away because when it opens its mouth to take the food, you could see it has sharp teeth for eating meat. The danger arises when a person would attempt to ride on its back. Only then would the Kelpie turn hostile, diving back into the water, keeping its attempted rider under the surface, drowning it, and in turn eating them. A lot of Kelpie mythology has them able to shapeshift into human form, usually male, which you can also tell if it's a Kelpie disguised as a human with water plants stuck in its hair. I don't think in my lore that they would be able to shapeshift into humans, as I don't see a reason for them to do that for any purpose. Plus, I would like to add mermaids/sirens into my world eventually, which would be another water creature in human form, luring people to their deaths. So we can wait for that. I'm over at my base to make some minecarts and rails so I can put the villagers into their new homes. How do you make rails? I never use minecarts. It sticks, right? Yes. Okay, 16. I'm sure he's very excited to move out of this hole in the ground. Okay, it's moving day. Yes. Please be careful near the cave. Don't go in the nether. Very good. This is going well. Very good. No. Nope. Shoot. I'm gonna make this a minecart, and then we can break this. And then, will you, like, go in there? No. Okay, cool. Get in. Okay, maybe I have to do it. No. No. How do minecarts work? You're not in that, are you? No. Okay. Okay. There you go. Okay, just needed to be moving. What if I put it right in front of you? Happy? Happy. Now we go get the other guy. Okay, buddy. Freedom. Okay, we got a bit of a walk. Oh, you fool. Oh no, I'm the fool. You see it. Come on. We're almost home. You have a new friend waiting for you. Aha! Okay, I can replace your counter with this. Yeah. There you go. And then... Oh, shoot! Okay, one more time, bud. No. Mayhaps I turn on hitboxes. Okay, there we go. Complete! Welcome home. I'm gonna go sleep in the bed upstairs. So this is the first house. We got a nice balcony overlooking the water and the wheat fields. We got the two guys, kitchen, living room, very weird shaped counter. Bathroom under the stairs, toilet. And then down here in the storage closet is where the moss farm and the cactus farm entrance is. We got the tree with 1K subscriber milestone and the 2K. This is the first oak tree I've made. It's a little rough, but I want to get better at making them. I do like this one though. I think it's very cute. Along with this first house here, we have a carrot and potato patch, which is the only carrot and potato patch on Corium so far. Second house here has some of those same glowberry plants, quote unquote. Inside here, another bathroom under the stairs. We got the kitchen, we got a fireplace. Crafters are used for kitchen shelves, obviously. I like using the copper as couches because it adds an interesting color. Little living room space, more stairs. And up here, we got parents' bedroom, and then we got a little bunk bedroom for some kids. I'm not the best at interiors. Like, I think this could be better, but it helps thinking of like the people who would live here. So like a parent and their kids live here. Very loud water sounds in that house because of the cactus farm right under it. This, you can see how windows are a bit of a problem on diagonal, so I have to add these like false walls for the doors and windows and stuff. We got the little stream running through and some pieces of wood so people don't get their feet wet. And I really like this little, I guess alleyway maybe here. We got where the water is coming from, the side of the rock. There's just blue concrete there because it's not coming from anywhere. I guess it's groundwater running off. And then we got these stairs here built into the cliff. And while I was building in creative, I thought, hey, it looks like you could jump to that roof and it's flat. So why not put a wooden plank in so people can walk and hang out on the roof up here? We got the third little wheat field and the other two houses, some more seating areas. Here, I think I'm gonna put another house eventually because it's just empty right now because we have this Spider XP farm drop shaft here. But this in between the two houses has I can just bone meal and then break it. So these are farms here for bushes, grass, and ferns. I'm right at home. And we got some glowberry farm. Farm can be one plant on a house, I think. A little bit of water for some dry grass and firefly bush. I might eventually make an actual auto farm for these, but right now this will do. I have so much honeycomb from the farm at spawn that I was using them for floors. I think it's really nice to break up the oak planks. I like it. We got some plants, little table, kitchen. I like this kitchen. I don't know why I like it so much. I think it's just cozy. Maybe it's because this, like, it's like a little nook. And then we got toilet in here, picturing the shelves in here. And the newer houses will definitely have the shelves. And maybe I'll go through here and like replace this with a shelf. I thought those pickles were gonna break. And we got some books on the stairs, and then up here we got whoever lives here, their bedroom. We have a little seating area, and I imagine this to be like where they store records. This house I think has the most like thought of the people who would live here because it's a student house. Like maybe like college age students would live, and they're researching different plants from Corium. We got a very, very tight bathroom under the stairs. Kitchen, a little nook for sitting, another desk. This is like a carpet that's kind of falling down the staircase, but this is the room they all share. So they all have their own bed and flower that matches. And I'm thinking this is like, maybe one of them is painting some of the flowers of the landscape here to take back with them. Little nooks for everyone and a little privacy dividing wall. And everyone has their own little desk to study. And up here, storage for more books. And then path through the wheat field so I can harvest it. Also, all my builds cut off really weird. Like there's no ground over here and it looks like just a straight line because how I build in creative. So I have a copy of this world and it's in creative mode. It's a copy. And I build everything there and then I take a Lightmatica schematic of it. So that's why the lines are so like harsh. The cutoffs are so harsh. And why there's no back to this cliff. It's just kind of hollow here. It's because in the creative world, there's stuff planned for here and up here, which we'll do up here next episode. Ooh, sneak peek. It's like I'm trying to connect quilt squares together to make a whole world out of it. One of my favorite things to do is run around my creative world just through all my builds, and I'm starting to be able to do that here. Thank you all for watching today's episode. I hope you liked it. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Remember to like and subscribe, and bye!